Welcome to an Uncut Movie Review. Today we have Expendables 4, and I'm telling you, this movie goddamn sucked. It was just an abomination, and I don't think they should ever make a fifth. I don't know how it got to 4, but here we are. Let's get into it. So the plot of this film is that they are going to Libya to find this mercenary who has nuclear war codes. Complications occur within Libya that then makes the team try to hunt this guy down for revenge, and now forces them to make a new team.
This film was literally filmed on 3 backdrop movie sets on lot 1, 2, and 3 of Warner Brothers Studios. This film just felt weak as with its filming. The sets, so much CGI in this film. I'm not sure if they couldn't actually get on site for this filming, but it was very weak.
What they should do on site is shoot them.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
Yeah, and what they should have done on site was stop this movie being created.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat, a few things we noticed in this film was the horrible CGI. Now, we're not 100% sure if they were going for this effect in this film. They could have been. They could have been going for that like sort of 80s style sloppy CGI that you're used to seeing in those old school movies that a lot of these actors like Statham, not so much Statham, but more Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren were in back in the day. But it was horrible CGI. For an Expendables film that's got an $80 million, $100 million budget, you could sort of tell that with this film, it was just like a Marvel Avengers team-up film for these guys to get a paycheck.
Also, if you're a normal human being, like you would expect at least a budget of $100 million to have decent CGI. Not that it's filmed on the world's first fucking running camera that movie ever invented. Like it's a joke.
There's seriously a scene in this film, right at the very beginning of the film. He knocks on the door, opens the door, and the background of the street is literally CGI. I don't understand why they couldn't just go to a random house in New Orleans and film it. And so then it looks real. It was just on a lot.
Yeah, I actually thought it was in Disney. That's how bad it was.
Yeah,
I was like, did they just make this purely for this?
Yeah.
This was dog shit.
And this film had lots of like dreadful one-liners, which are typical of these sort of films. But like 50 Cent, open your mouth. Pause on that, bro. What?
Chill.
Damn. 50 Cent. After
enunciate your words.
years of acting and rapping, you could enunciate your words a little bit better, man. Just once. You don't have to mumble every single lyric or like line and make it think that it adds some sort of layer to his character. It just doesn't.
Speaking of lyric, man had his own song dropped in there. What a fourth wall break I've ever seen, if one. And that was, I swear, he did this purely for promotion of one of his older songs to get back out there. That thing couldn't be more platinum than actual platinum, and it's been pushed back out there.
It's going to be the most popular song of all time.
All time.
Yeah, is it Pimp? Yeah, Pimp. The most popular song of all time.
Speaking about weak writing, I tell you what is, when you have a small-ass factory and these dudes are doing action scenes in a car, they're driving for literally 45 minutes. The factory is as long as from here to the gate, which is 100 meters away. And this thing, watching the Fast and Furious, because the plane, we all know the plane joke, right? We all know that plane went literally from the Bridge of Terabithia, which is in Fantasyland, all the way over here to real world. This was exactly the same thing. The factory was so small that you could basically go 10 kilometers and get to the end within 30 seconds. This once again, this scene was shot for 45 minutes, this one action scene. And every time the factory got bigger and bigger. It's the same thing that happened on the ship. The ship got longer and longer. This is just the ridiculous shit. And here at Uncut, we picked this shit out. It was what you have to. It just annoys the shit out of it.
And you could tell, like, on these boat scenes where it's in the ocean, but you could just tell that the boat actually isn't moving. It's on a set piece, and the boat's just rocking back and forth in a little bit of water, like they do with those films when they're filming a boat scene. But you could tell, like, the background wasn't meshed at all or blended in whatsoever. You could seriously see that they've just green screened. Then they've got a ship on a mechanical sort of rotating machine, and it's just water splashing in an enclosed set.
Man, you have a $100 million budget. Do something with it. Is that what they do? Just pay the actors with it? Is that
this
all they
budget definitely went to the coffers of the actors for sure. And I mean, fair enough. They've earned their stripes. They're allowed to do this if they want. No worries at all. But the fact that this film got a theatrical run in this day and age just sort of shows that cinema is sort of dying.
Yeah.
In a way.
It definitely is
now,
dying, though.
This film, believe it or not, came out 10 years later since Expendables 3, which is crazy to think about. But it also could have just been left in incognito mode. It could have just been left in... This film could have also just been left not made. It wasn't needed, but I assume they probably had a contract, and it is a good popcorn film, you know, like if you're at home and you need to kill some time or whatever, you could throw it on, but you would just throw on the first 3. You would definitely not put this movie on.
No, this can go right into the trash. That's where this movie can
Yeah.
go. And let's be honest, why are we watching Expendables 4? Megan Fox. That's really the only reason why I thought I'd watch it. And then I got a happy surprise that there was some more actors in there, which I thought, okay, cool, I'll deal with this. And there was one actor who was Spanish who I thought was, why did he dress up like Blade? That's my first question. Why did he dress up like Blade? And why was he given light skin scares the entire time, the entire movie? He just took some random vow of silence? Why?
This character, Garland, spent essentially the whole time of the movie, of his scenes, just staring off into the corner, doing light skin stares, brooding. And it was just really odd. And then when he did open his mouth to say a line, it made absolutely no sense and had no bearing at all, because you were just like, you've spoken 4 words this whole time, mate, and then you just say a random lyric, random line.
It was weird.
And he was just staring the whole time. It was just the oddest thing you've ever seen.
And then it's like the last action scene, the man dresses up like Blade. Why does he dress up like Blade? Am I watching an Expendables movie, or am I watching literally vampires kill other vampires? What's going on here?
Yeah, the wardrobe department in this film was pretty whack. Especially a scene that I noticed it was terrible is you've got Jason Statham in some sort of co-op stealth sort of army attire. He's got like the bulletproof vest on with the cargo jacket, the cargo pants, that sort of thing. And then Megan Fox walks out and she's in tight spandex pants and like a singlet.
She's just come from Vogue runway.
It's like, why isn't she, if she's a secret agent operative like these guys are, why isn't she dressed in the same sort of outfit? Like, I know she's hot, everyone knows that, but she's a CIA operative too. She should be dressed in cargos and in bulletproof vests. And it had the same thing. Another female actress in this, whose character's name is Lash, and she was the same thing. All the blokes were dressed up in normal military attire, and then she's dressed in like a crop top and white pants, and it's just cheap.
You definitely know.
It's really cheap.
You definitely know which audience this movie was trying to target.
Yeah.
You know who people who are older and live in that generation who know that shit. Yeah. Listen, I don't want to be the one to complain about the wardrobe with Megan Fox and that shit.
No.
I don't want to be that one. But you make a good point. Dress them up the same in military attire. Why? Like,
it's not even like a sexist thing, even though we're bringing this up. It's literally just, this is the critique of the movie. This is purely a movie from a movie standpoint.
Yeah.
Have them all in the same fit.
Yeah, literally.
Or have them all just in like cargo. Like, if they're dressed casually like that, then have Statham and Randy Couture and 50 Cent and... I mean, 50 Cent was in a singlet, but he's in a singlet in every single movie he's ever been in. The guy doesn't own a shirt ever.
I'm pretty sure the guy only owns singlets.
Yeah.
Oh my God, talk about CGI. What about the stunt coordination? Yeah. This man's flip looked like it was shot in 17 different takes. What are you doing? Who edit this better?
And it was just ridiculous. There was a scene where the guy does a flip, it's the slowest flip I've ever seen in my life. It is so unnatural because physics has him doing the slowest flip ever. If he's doing a proper flip, it's quick. It's just physics. That's just physics. So that sort of thing is where this film fell very flat. Very, very flat.
Get Jackie Chan to do the own stunt. He would do it properly.
Yeah.
And he would actually probably hit the guy too, or just miss him. Jackie Chan's the best at this. Yeah. But not to let Tony Jaa down, the guy's literally a professional kung fu. He's really legit martial artist. But I know that it's a film. This guy needs to still hit his flips or edit it better. Like, honestly, I don't know what to tell you. But the other thing I hate about the editing was that they had a couple of firing scenes in this, and the windows broke about 45 different times. The same windows. Is O'Brien just on call there on the ship in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
This is the type of shit that I've noticed throughout these films. It's getting weaker and weaker of attention to detail.
O'Brien Glass Repair was definitely this film's #1 sponsor for damn sure, because
I reckon all the budget, the 100 million went just to them.
They dropped 1 million bullets into this wall with 500 windows on it, and every single time windows kept breaking. Every single time. And yet they're firing at the exact same position. It's like...
And there's 15 windows, I think, there total. It's not like we're looking at a massive Titanic of a ship. I mean, even though you could argue that because how long a certain runway was there on the ship. My God. Just overall, this movie was just absolutely atrocious. Like, there was nothing that we could really take positively about it. I mean, I literally can't tell you what's positive about it.
And another harsh point for this film, which, I mean, they can't plan this, they can't predict this, but is the timing of it coming out. Based, like Josh said at the beginning of the review, that it's based in Libya, I believe, which is probably a little bit too close to home for this. You can't help but wonder, the elephant in the room a bit when you're watching this film. Like, you probably could have left this re-release maybe in a couple of months or a year, or maybe you just could have let it fly to straight to streaming. And probably a film where you probably don't want to be spending all this time and money marketing, seeing it on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, when you go on those sort of social media platforms, and in real life those things are actually happening right now. So that was sort of a feeling that we had in our gut when we were watching this as well, which is, like we said, not Expendables' fault, But
Also-
God, it couldn't be a worse time for that film to come out.
Well, also, they did mention Russia as a satellite being the bad guy. So
Yeah.
they were definitely...
In control of nukes, which, like come on.
Honestly, I don't think they were hiding much of it, though. You know what I mean? Like, very bad timing. They probably shot last year. You know what I mean? But I think the war's been going for a while anyways, but... Still, I think it's just unforeseeable, that shit. Yeah, it's just overall, just an odd movie. Like, there's no point. I don't think there's a point going to watch this. For a rating for me, it's going to get like 15%. Nothing was good. 15% is all for me from watching Megan Fox. That's it. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I wouldn't be spending
Give a
your hard-earned money on seeing this in the cinemas. Wait till it comes out on streaming. That's the honest opinion. For me, I rate this film probably like a 10%, 15%. It's pretty crap. It's just crap. So,
Yep. So basically, we watch this shit so you don't have to. So, if just to thank us, I would really appreciate a sub. That's all I appreciate. Make sure you guys like, sub if you enjoyed. Tell us if you didn't. Tell us again. Anyway, guys, this is going to be it for End Cut.
this is it.
And peace. We out.
We out.
And
Peace.
cut.